Okay, let's get something straight right now. If you think James Cameron's Titanic is just a long romantic movie about two young people, you've missed the point entirely. It's personally one of my favorite films, Titanic. The one film that I've watched most number of times on television. Titanic is not just a love story, it's a perfect 3-hour argument about unfair systems, a harsh look at who lives and who dies when the rules break down, and why money is the most dangerous kind of weapon in the human civilization. And I'm going to prove it to you moment by moment that Jack and Rose falling in love isn't the main event. It's just the car ride that takes us to the real fight. Just think about it. Why does this huge blockbuster movie spend over 1.5 hours showing us miserable, stuck up rich people and wildly happy, free, poor people? It's not just a filler, it's a key part of the plan. We are going to zoom in on the pictures, the small historical details Cameron slipped in, and the one controversial scene that tells the film's whole secret today. By the end of this video, you will never look at that wooden door the same way. It wasn't about just physics, it was actually about who gets the chair, the rich or the poor. And the love story is just a secret weapon to deliver a message against the powerful and the greedy. The first part of Titanic sets up two totally separate worlds on the ship. एक है Rose का world, she is elite, she is rich, she is in a literal jail made of nice wood and expensive jewelry. Everything about her life feels trapped. Her clothes squeeze her, her dining room is quiet and tense. Her mother, Ruth, isn't a loving parent. She's a guard making sure Rose follows all the class rules. Compare the first class dinner stiff focused on businesses and money with the third class party. The rich have to fake happiness. The poor are actually happy. Jack Dawson arrives not as a boyfriend but as a wrecking ball to the whole system. He won his way aboard by chance, proving that money isn't the only way in. और Jack इतना ज़्यादा talented है, he draws, he sees, he captures real life, unlike the rich who only care about art they can show off. When Jack takes Rose to the third class dance, watch the camera work. It's warm, tight and full of energy. This is the first time in the film that the movie feels truly alive, and Rose also feels truly alive. Cameron makes it clear the poor have richer lives and better community. The rich are lonely, separated by their own fancy rooms and their own pride. Why does Rose try to jump? Not just because of her fiance, but because she hates the solid, unbreakable wall of her own social class. Her big romance is really just an escape from a life sentence. Because she also says in the starting that inside I'm screaming, but there's no one to hear me. Cal Hockley, Rose's fiance, the bad guy, is pure class commentary. He isn't mad because he loves Rose. He is mad because he's losing property he owns. Because Rose is a property. You can clearly see that Cal doesn't love Rose. He sees everything, Rose, the diamond, the ship, as his stuff, as his property. Gets Jack wrongly arrested and locked up in the deepest part of the ship. Cal uses the power of the system to try and erase the poor guy, Jack. The rules themselves are the true enemy. Cal just knows how to use them. But what happens when the iceberg hits? All those rules suddenly stop working. That's the real genius. The Titanic is a symbol of the greedy, rich era, and the iceberg is the disaster that crashes in and exposes how rotten the whole structure is. The iceberg is the moment of truth. Look at the officers. They only freak out when the first class people show up. Their job instantly changes from saving the ship to keeping the social order in place. This is the single most forgotten part of the movie, the physical walls that kept the poor from reaching the lifeboats. The gates literally bolted shut. These gates are never meant to keep people safe. They were meant to keep the poor from messing up the nice decks of the rich, the nice utensils that crashed in the end. When Jack and Rose are running, they aren't just fighting, rising water. They are fighting the very design of the ship. Let's check the numbers. It's tragic and true. The first class had nearly 60% chance of survival. The third class only 25%. And that too only if you're a woman or a child. Titanic shows this very, very clearly. The rule was women and children first. But what it actually meant is rich women and first class children, and everyone else can wait and hope. Watch the scene where Officer Murdoch shoots the gun. It's not just a panic moment, it's the final deadly act of the government protecting the rich at all costs. And then he also shoots himself and dies. The scenes where the violin is playing are just beautiful. The old couple, the mother calming her kids, they face death with a quiet strength that the rich can't touch. Why? Because the poor already knew the world was hard. They knew life was unfair. The rich thought they were the only ones who mattered. The ship finally snaps. The physical structure of the class system is totally destroyed. Moment in the film is the door on which Rose or Jack चढ़ना चाहते हैं, लेकिन दोनों के चढ़ने से वो डूब. जैक क्या करता है? रोज को बिठा. Forget the science. We all know two people could have fit. Cameron didn't make the door too small for two people. He made it too small for the two social classes. Jack, the poor adventurer, makes his final choice. He sacrifices himself to make sure Rose, the symbol of the upper class breaking free, survives. Jack's death is not just sad, it's his final, most powerful statement against the system. He gives Rose the chance to be the one person who carries the truth from the bottom deck to the top deck. He dies so Rose can become the person she was meant to be. His love was the key to her freedom. What is the first thing Rose does when she is rescued? She uses Jack's name, Rose Dawson. When asked who she is, she throws away her family name and her awful future. The final scenes show Rose living a truly free life. She flies planes, rides horses, and lives life like a poor person who knows how to have fun, which Jack actually taught her. But what about the diamond, the heart of the ocean? She tosses it away into the sea. It's her last rejection of money, the whole system, and all the things the rich valued, which actually took the life of her beloved Jack. The romance of Jack and Rose is the sweet coating. The story of the locked gates and the lifeboats is the hard medicine, and it's the medicine that we, the audience, still really need to take. Don't let the pretty faces or the loud music fool you. And if you like everything about cinema, please consider subscribing, because I love cinema too, and let's build a community here of cinema lovers. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.